Hello everyone, welcome to VMS class. In this lesson, I am going to start another important topic, input output functions. I am going to divide this topic into two subtopics. One is output function and another one is input function. Output function and input function. So whenever you want to display some output on the screen or output console, you are going to use this output function. So we have print function to display the output in the screen. Now to take some input from the user, based on the user input, we have to perform some action. So to take input from the user, we have input function. Okay, we have input function. So we are going to discuss these two functions in detail in this lesson. Okay. So first, let us start with the output function, that is print function. Print function. So I have given some basic idea of print function in the previous lesson also. Now in this, we are going to explore little more about this print function. What is the use of this? And I have used multiple times to display some output on the screen. For example, print hello world. Okay. So this print function is going to display something on the screen. Okay. For example, go to IDLE. Now here this is the IDLE shell. If I write something print hello world, it is going to display the same thing whatever you have written here. Okay, so why this is basically useful, if you see many applications, okay, like you can take a Gmail application, okay, even WhatsApp, okay, you can take WhatsApp, okay, even Amazon, any other banking applications or banking applications. So they are going to display some messages. Okay, so all these applications are displaying some messages. Okay, so if you notice that sometimes it is going to display login successful. Okay, login successful or payment completed successfully. Payment completed successfully, or you can say order placed successfully. So like this, you can see multiple messages, or whenever you are going to log in, so you are going to display welcome Sudhakara. Okay, like this it is going to display. Let me show you here. So I will write print, okay, login success. Okay, login success. So like this, you can see some messages in all these kind of applications. So how we are going to get this? For that, we are going to use print function. Okay, all these applications communicate with the user by displaying some information on the screen in Python. So this is done. Okay, in Python. Okay, this is done using the print function. Okay, print function. So the print function is one of the most frequently used functions in Python. Okay, whether you are writing a simple program or developing a large software application, so you will use this print regularly. Okay, now what is this print function here? What is print function? Okay, what is print function? So the print function is a built-in function. So try to understand, it is a built-in function in Python which is used to display output on the screen. Okay, on the screen. So it can display it can display like some text, it can display some numbers, it can also display variables. Okay, it can display multiple values inside that. Okay, even it can display some mathematical expression result. Okay, also we can do some formatted output also in this. Multiple things we can do. Okay, in simple words we can say the print function is used to display information to the user. The print function is used to display information to the user. Okay, it is used to display some information to the user. Now, how can we use this in Python? We are going to use a print of, you can write objects. Okay, if you have multiple objects, you can use a print of object 1, comma, object 2, comma, and so on. Okay, like this you can add multiple objects using the comma operator. Okay, so everything written inside this parenthesis, okay, everything written inside this parenthesis is displayed on the screen. Okay, let me tell you the first example. You can say how to print a text. Okay, already we have displayed, right? So print, you can write the text here. Okay, you can notice that when you are using print, so these are the objects, star args. Okay, that is syntax. You can see full syntax, star args. Then it has some other parameters also. You can use a SEP separator. By default, it is a space. You can use end. By default, it is /n. You can also pass a file, flush. Okay, multiple things you can pass to the print function. Okay, so but let us start with displaying some text. Okay, print welcome. Okay, welcome to Python. Okay, welcome to Python. It's going to display the same text. Okay, so let me take one new file here. Now here I can type print hello, welcome to the Python programming language. So save this and you can run this. You can see that the text will be displayed over here. Okay, you can display whatever the text you want. And notice that when you are displaying this, you must use this double quotations. Okay, many times the students are going to do this mistake. So they will give this without double quotations. So if you do this, it is going to raise syntax error, invalid syntax. Okay, so the thing is, you are going to use a string here. So it's a string object. So now you have to use the double quotations are mandatory. Okay. Now, if you want a number, what you can do, you can print numbers here, print of some number. So if it is a number, you no need to provide this quotation. Okay, because it is an integer object. So you can directly use this integer objects. You see that it is coming over here. You can display any number, whether it can be a positive number or negative number. For example, I am displaying minus triple nine. Okay, save this and execute this. You can see that, okay, we are going to get minus triple nine also. Okay, even you can display the floating point numbers also. Okay, so sometimes you can display the result of any expression. For example, I am going to do this print 100 plus 400. Now, this is not a number, it's a combination of two numbers and the the operator is here plus. So the Python will take this kind of expression and it will evaluate it and it will display the result. Now you can notice that the output is okay 500 in this case. Okay, whatever the expression, it can be addition, it can be subtraction, it can be multiplication, whatever the expression. For example, print of 100 into 4. Okay, 100 into 4. Save this and execute this. You can see that you are going to get the multiplication result. Okay. So, very important thing, whenever you are going to print these numbers, here you can notice that the first print statement is printing the string and the second print statement is printing the integer object. So when you execute that, you see that there is 100 and 100. You cannot see much difference here, but whenever you are going to do some kind of arithmetic operation, for example 100 plus 100, so which is a string object plus integer object, so which will produce an error. Okay, so that you can see type error, you can only concatenate string, not integer. So in this case, one object is string, another object is integer. So for that kind of two different objects, you cannot perform the addition. So that's why it is going to provide the error. Okay, so both objects must be same. For example, if this is a string 100 plus 100, now this is a string object. Okay, this is a string object and this is also a string object. So in this case, it will do the concatenation. You see that 100 and 100. So it is going to merge these two strings together. Okay, for example, if I do 100 plus 100, in this case, this is an integer object and this is an integer. So 100 plus 100, it will give 200. The first case, you notice that it is a string concatenation, and the second case, it is a integer addition. Okay, so like that, it will work. Now, even you can display the variables here. We have displayed the variables in the last lesson. For example, name equal to Rajesh, print of name. Okay, now save this and execute this. It is going to display the name. So whenever it is going to print something, whether it is a string object or whether it is a variable. Now, if you see that print of double quotations name. So in this case, this is a string. It will print the name as it is. But now in this case, it is a variable. It is going to display the name. You see that first is going to display Rajesh. What is the value inside that variable? And secondly, it is just a string, a collection of alphabets. So name is going to printed as it is. Okay. Now let's take another example here. Paste over here. Now, if I do something like this, okay, I am going to take print, print name is, comma, name. Now, if you notice that you can separate multiple objects using the comma operator inside the print. So, name is a string. It is going to display as it is, comma, name. It is a variable. So, it is going to print what is the value inside that. If you notice that it is going to print name is Rajesh. Okay, so like that it is going to print. Clear? Now even you can print multiple objects using comma separator. Okay, for example, print of comma. You can take any age, for example, 22. Now, what is the location? For example, I am giving Bangalore. Now we see that multiple objects are separated, okay, with comma operator. So it will display all the results. Okay, it is going to print the first object, space, second object, then space, third object. So all the objects are printed by using the space separator. Okay. Now in addition, okay, I don't want the space separator. Okay. So if you want any other separator, you can pass it with the SCP argument. For example, comma, you can pass SCP equal to. So which separator you want? For example, I want a dollar as a separator. Okay. Now instead of a space, you will get dollar as a separator. You see that Sudhakar dollar 22 second object dollar Bangalore. So like that you can give any separator so that that separator will come okay instead of space. For example, I am going to give some dots, four dots here. Now let's execute this. Okay, you see that name, four dots, second object, four dots again, third object. So like that it is going to print. Okay, even you can use the separator here. Okay. Now, if you want, even you can use AND operator. Okay, so end is going to helpful. I am taking three lines, print 1, print 2, print 3. Now, if you have three lines like this, okay, let us save this and execute this. You can see after printing 1, by default, the print function is going to take end as slash n. Okay, it's a new line. Now, I don't want a slash n as a new line. What I will do, comma, you can pass end as a parameter. So, which is going to helpful. Okay, don't end with it. New line, end with a space. Now, comma, end with a space. Now, in this case, you will get all three statements, okay, in a same line. You see that you are going to get everything in a single line. Okay, so like this, you can use the end operator also, which can be helpful, okay, as a separator. Okay, instead of ending with slash n, now end with space. Even you can give here any other example like four dots, okay, any dollar symbol, whatever the end you are giving, so that end will come over the after the print statement. Now even you can use the escape characters. So in print function there are some escape characters, okay, like for example I am giving python backslash n escape character, programming backslash n language, like this. So here inside the printer there are some special characters. So here slash n is a special character, slash n is a special character, so which can be used for a new line. So go to the run and click on the run module. You see that you are going to get python, then you are going to have new line. Okay, so even it counts the space also. If you don't give the space, okay, now you see that I am not giving any space, then click on the run module. Now you see that python, after a new line programming, after a new line language. So how this is coming? Because of this slash n. Okay, slash n. Even you can use a slash t, which can be helpful as a tab. Okay, slash t tab. So Python, four spaces, then programming, then again four spaces, then language. So like that, you can use the escape characters also. Okay, so this escape characters are very helpful whenever you want to print some kind of tabular kind of information. So let me give print. Okay, name slash t, then age. Okay, slash t age, then print. I am going to give the name Rahul. Okay, slash t. Okay, slash t. Then we are going to provide some age 22. Okay, like this. Now let us save this program and run this. Now you can see the data is going to get something like this. So at the time you can use slash t also. Okay. Now another important point in most of the interviews they are going to ask. Okay. So it is about the formatting large numbers. Okay. Formatting large numbers. For example, I have a number. Okay. One. Okay. 12 lakh 50,000. Okay, or 1,25,000. I want something like this. Okay, for example 1,25,000, like this. Okay, how can we do a comma? For example, I'm having a salary something like this, salary equal to 125 0000, like this. Okay, so you see that I want to separate it. So whenever you are using any kind of banking transactions and all, so these numbers can be separated, okay, using the comma operator. Okay, so that it can be easily understood by the humans, right? So in this case what you can do, you can use the format specifier. Okay, format specifier of, okay, I can take open curly brace salary. Okay, salary. So salary colon, you can use comma. Okay, in this case let's see the output how it will print. Okay, save and run this. You can see that it is going to show in the human readable form. So whenever you want to print something like this, so you can use the format, okay, specifier. So F is indicating the format string. Okay, whenever you want to print any kind of payroll software, billing systems, okay, any financial reports, so large numbers are usually displayed with a comma. Okay, that's why instead of displaying the salary like this, you can use a formatted, okay, salary colon comma. So this salary will come in terms of commas like this. Okay, so like this you can use the format specifiers also whenever you want to display some kind of population. Okay, so there is another big number, population is there. Okay, now even if you have some kind of large number like this, save this and you can print the population, any variable population. So now I am going to use this population colon and comma. Now when you execute this, you see that population is going to get in terms of comma. Okay, so not only this, even this print can be useful for different formatting also. For example, pi equal to 3.14, okay, 15. We have some other number, okay, 926,535. So we have some number like this. Now I can restrict it to two digits after the decimal point. Okay, print of, how can you do that? Format string. Okay, here the variable is pi. Okay, so what we want to do? We want to restrict to two floating point digits, 0.2f. So in this case, what happened? It is going to display the variable, okay, floating point number two, only two digits. Okay, if you want that, you can use this, okay, formatted string. Okay, formatted string. So which variable it is? Okay, colon. So what you want? Okay, so you can use this something like that. For example, I have another variable price equal to, okay, some price is there 199.98, okay, 765 like this. Okay, some number is there. So print, okay, format string here I am writing, okay, price colon. So what you want? 0.1f, okay, 0.1f. Close this curly brace, close the quotation and close this bracket. Now let's execute this. Now you can see it is coming 200. So which is just rounding, right? So this kind of formatting commonly used in invoices, any shopping applications, etc. Okay, so let us copy this also. Paste an example. Well, even you can use this format specifiers for variables also. For example, name is Rajesh here. So age is 22. Okay, location equal to Bangalore. Okay. Now here you can display this using three ways. For example, name is, okay, comma name, comma age is, comma age, comma then location is, comma location. So in this case, what happens? So here, this is a string, it will display as it is. This is a variable, it will display the name, what is inside this variable. Now age is, it is a string, it will display as it is. Now age, it is a variable, it will display the value. So when you execute this, you can see that it is going to print name is Rajesh, age is 22 and location is Bangalore. Now if you want, you can also format something like this, print. Okay, print. For example, formatted string. Now I am going to use a name is here. I want name. Okay. Then age is here. I want age inside this curly braces. Location is, okay. Then I am going to use this location variable here. So now in this case, what happens? It is going to format the string. So wherever the string, it will print as it is. Wherever you have this curly brace, inside that we have variable, that will be replaced with the value. Okay, when you execute this, now you can see a similar kind of output. So whenever you are printing, either you can use this first way or you can use this second way also. Okay, choice is yours. So let us see some of the common questions related to the print function. So what is the purpose of print function? The print function is used to display output on the console. It can print text, numbers, variables, expressions, and formatted data. What is the difference between print of 100 and print of string 100? Print of 100, it prints a numerical value, whereas print of string of 100, it prints a string, it is a text. Although you can see the output looks same, the data types are different. It is a integer number, it is a string number. What is the purpose of SCP parameter? The SCP parameter changes the separator placed between multiple values printed by the print function. For example, you have print double quotations A, comma, double quotations B. Normally, it will print A space B. A separator can be space, but I am replacing that separator as now hyphen. So in this case, output will be A hyphen B. What is the purpose of end parameter? The end parameter changes what is printed after the output. By default, the print ends with a new line backslash n, but it can be replaced with a space, arrow, dots, or any custom string also. How do you display a number with the comma separators in Python? So here we are going to use f string. Now you can see salary equal to 125,000. In this case, you can use print f double quotations salary variable name colon. Then you can use comma as a separator. Separator indicates that it will give you the number in the human readable form. Okay. Why do the professional developers use print function during the development? That is a question. So normally the developers use print for debugging. Whenever there is an error, they are going to print some message, still what line the output is coming correctly, so that it can be helpful for tracing. By displaying the variable values and intermediate results, they can verify the program execution, and they can identify what are the logical errors they are getting and understand how the data flows through the program. Everything they can easily understand with the help of print function. Okay. So I have given few details related to the print function, but in upcoming lessons, we are going to commonly use print function at multiple places. And if required, we can try to use the print functions in multiple ways. Okay. Thank you. I will see you in the next lesson.